Thank you, Meg and Kevin. It means so much to me that you were able to do this. And thanks to all of you for being here. This is a really special event. It can't be done without you, so thank you so much. I think that we're all here because we know what's possible. Congress can collaborate, can embrace science, and can improve lives. That's why I'm running for Congress. My name is Elaine Masi. I'm a scientist, and for the last 21 years, I have worked and lived on Long Island, worked at the National Lab, doing research, building tools, solving problems, giving my colleagues new ways to see things. And now the problem that we see actually has to do with Congress. We would like to see Congress working together to do their job despite the bias and the complexity that challenge them. I'm ready to go up there and show them a little bit more how a scientist approaches problems. So, I have 3 parts to my message. I'm going to talk about them from my personal perspective first. Then I'll talk about them again and tell you just a little more about what I foresee that we can do on Long Island. So, first, let's re-energize our economy. I would like to bring new high-tech manufacturing in the clean energy sector to Long Island. That requires solving technical problems and solving political problems. Scientists are very important in Congress because of the difference in the way that we approach problems. We're not the prosecuting attorney of half of a problem. We look at everything that we can. We reduce our human bias in the way that we've been trained to do. And we tell the truth. That solves problems. Second.
Applause for the truth at the same time, but applause for the truth.
Who knew the truth could become an applause line?
Right, there you go.
Second, let's reach our full potential. You'll hear me talking about trade schools, and that comes from the heart. I'm from Pittsburgh, the Steel City, and I remember my high school days. Some of my classmates were in English with me in the morning, and in the afternoon they went to Baby Tech and did their auto mechanics classes. I admired and envied them. I saw classmates of mine who were already working. When teenagers are already ready to work, which they very often are, I want them to be able to do it, just as my generation was able to do. And third, let's commit to clean water. On Long Island, we have a dense population and a freshwater aquifer system that is under stress. We need a representative who understands big coordinated projects and federal accountability. On my last assignment for Brookhaven Lab, I was a control account manager. I took charge of instrumentation project that had a budget of $9.5 million and took 5 years to complete construction. That means that I know how to be accountable to the stakeholders, in this case the scientific community who needed to use the tools that I was building and have them available at the scheduled time. I was accountable up the chain in the U.S. Department of Energy to account for every one of those $9.5 million that we spent. And I carried out that work at a national lab, on a federal site, subject to all the regulations and procedures you can imagine, and maybe a few that you can't. I understand what it is to have accountability in a federal setting and to see big projects through to completion. And that's what you need in a representative. So why do I want to re-energize the economy? As I said, I've been working for the U.S. Department of Energy for 2 decades, but there's always something new to learn. So I went to their website yesterday, and in their 6 last press releases, 3 of them were about coal, and 1 of them was about natural gas. Does that sound like Long Island's bright future?
No.
It didn't to me. It didn't to me. I want to see Long Island embrace offshore wind. We need to meet new benchmarks for clean energy generation of electricity in particular. We need to bring that manufacturing here. And as your representative, I would want to make absolutely sure that project was done with economic justice for all the different people who live and work on Long Island. The labor organizations need to be ready and need to be involved. The fishing industries need to be ready and need to be involved. My work experience has shown me that the engineer, who is the project manager at the agency, and the fisherman, who's losing a paid day's work off his boat to come to a meeting, Well, they may be sitting down at the same negotiating table, but they are coming to two very different meetings. You need a representative who believes that we can build what we need to build, protect what we have. We have to do that, we have to listen. I would also like to see Long Island embrace a community model for solar energy. None of us owns the sun. It would be nice to participate without being the owner of a building with a roof. And overall, I foresee that Long Island's energy could be much more distributed, and that means we need a smart grid. There is already a lot of expertise on Long Island. In Congress, I want to bring more incentives here to help Long Islanders create clean energy technology and also smart grid technology so that we can design, test, and build an infrastructure for ourselves that will be safe and resilient, safe during storms, resilient on financial storms too. And if we're to be up to the challenge, we need to reach our full potential. So that's our bodies and our minds. Healthcare is a fundamental human right. I support a single-payer system. I will work very hard in Congress to find the very best path to that outcome. Now, our education is just as important as our health. There might be a few educators in the room. All across the country, people single out New York as excellent K-12 systems, right? And they know that our universities and our laboratories are gems. I want the entire United States of America to see New York's vocational school system in the exact same way. We need to train that workforce for the future. We want to bring a new focus on energy technology here. We all need to make sure that the trade programs, new trade programs, are reaching into the public school system effectively. And by the way, the public school system better be robust and thriving and taken care of by And we must commit to protecting our water. Imagine the responsibility that we have. We have 1.5 million residents in Suffolk County. We circulate hundreds of millions of gallons of our groundwater every single day. And we have hundreds of miles of fragile living beaches that are in our care. We need to find sustainable solutions. And when we do, those are the solutions that can save the world. The reason is because we're viewing a frontier that the rest of the world is also going to be coming up against. High populations living on the coasts with rising temperatures and rising sea levels. The world needs truthful, practical, affordable environmental policy. And in Congress, I'll make the facts crystal clear. Now, I think that we're all here because we believe that progressive policies will improve lives. I want us to remember that ideals, by their very nature, can never be too high. In the science community, we're idealistic all day because we continually see each other, our colleagues, building things that seemed impossible 5 years prior. Maybe my competitor built the thing I thought was impossible 5 years prior. Maybe my collaborator did it. But from microscopes to missions in space, we get those things done. Congress needs to work a little bit more like the scientific community works together. So we can have a Congress that works that way. And I'm ready to go to work and do that job and show them how it's done. Scientists accomplish what they do because they work in teams. And if we are going to send Elaine to Masi to Congress in New York 1, then we have to work as a team too. You've already started. Thank you so much for contributing and being here today. But the work is just starting now on a long haul of more than a year of travels. We need to have another party. Parties are good. We need to have 20 more friends for every friend who came here today. We need to share this like crazy on social media and not waste any time in the primary that's good for the Democratic Party to save their boot leather. So let's chase out anyone who's not totally committed to this job. And let me just thank you again. And I would like you to applaud for Meg and Kevin again for throwing such a fabulous party.